So far, we've talked about Jesus opening up our spiritual eyes, exercising our spiritual sight. And today, we're going to talk about seeing people in our life from the right perspective. I'm going to tell you a miracle recorded in Mark 8:22 through 25, where Jesus healed a blind man, and I'm going to apply it to our lives today. Jesus and his disciples were headed to a town called Bethsaida when the crowd approached him and brought a blind man to Jesus, and they said, "Lord, can you please touch his eyes and heal this man's sight?" Jesus took the man outside of the village. He spit on his eyes. He touched his eyes, and his eyes were opened. And Jesus said, "Sir, what do you see?" And the man said, "I see people. They look like trees walking around." Again, Jesus touched his eyes, and the man saw everything clearly, and his sight was completely restored. This man's eyes were open, but he saw people from the wrong perspective, and Jesus had to touch his eyes again to heal him. So many times in our lives, our eyes are open spiritually, but darkness gets in, and we have a dysfunctional view of people in our lives. Some examples might be on social media, when we compare our lives with somebody else's highlight reel, and they look bigger than life. They look superhuman, like a tree walking around, big, and we feel small and insignificant in comparison to them. Or there may be somebody in your life that's a bully and a confrontational personality, and you need to set some boundaries with them, but you're afraid. I mean, have you ever just been afraid of someone? They look big and intimidating like a tree, not even human, and you don't know how to move forward in that relationship, and you have the wrong view of them. Or there may be someone who's hurt you, and you haven't forgiven them, and you're harboring bitterness towards them, and you look at them and they seem hollow and void of feelings like a tree, but really they're flesh and blood. Let's ask Jesus to touch our eyes today and give us the proper view of men and relationships in our life so we can see ourselves how Jesus sees us, and we can see others in our life as Jesus wants us to see them, in need of forgiveness, not scary and not afraid and not insecure. We don't have to live in insecurity. We all have a purpose in God's kingdom. So ask Jesus to touch your eyes today and give you the right perspective.